Why is it always cold when I want to work, and when I want to work, it's always freaking cold out? Here we go. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new here. I'm Will, if you haven't already gathered all that, and this is our Nat's Heyday. Been vacant for a while. Had a lot of stuff going on, but we're back at it. And I had a guy at my main job, good buddy of mine. He popped up and he's like, "Hey man, do you think you could build me a fire pit, adjustable fire pit, cooker?" I said, "Yeah, of course." And I was like, "Well, what kind do you want?" And he's like, "Well, I like the ones that go, you know, they got the screw on the back. You can adjust the height on them and swivel them out of the way, kind of like a lot of state parks do." And I said, "Okay, we could do that." And then I got to thinking about it. I said, "Well, would you rather have a hanging one? So it would have the ability to, you crank it up or down to adjust the heat, instead of just swiveling it out of the way, picking the grade up and all that." And he goes, "Yeah, we could do that." And I was like, cool. I've never built one of those. Okay, so here we go. I drew something up in my head, and I put it on a piece of paper. I liked it. It looked good. So we're going to go ahead and get started on it. The grill surface is a... Don't ask me. I don't remember what this is called. I know it's expanded steel. There's a name for what kind. It is the flat surface. I do know that. I didn't want the raised. It's basically the same stuff they use on grills. Watch that. That is a hospital trip waiting to happen. Anyway, so we're gonna start. We're gonna be putting the. We're gonna put the border. Almost like a border around this. Yeah. 3 foot. Okay. Now, I have bought some 1x1 angle that essentially is going to be the border. And this is going to have it so that it adds some structural rigidity to this expanded steel here, and also it'll have a base to sit down when I set it down. So it's really cold out, so we're gonna measure, you know, mark this out, get this where we want it. Sometimes it's nice to have 2 hands. Well, I have 2 hands, but an extra set of hands. So we're looking around 35 7/8. Number uno. I don't know the Spanish word for a number. But we're gonna do that 3 more times. I can't count today. There's 2. Can we get 1 more? Say stuff like this, you know, I might use it for support later or something. Never know, but don't scrap your scrap. All right, we have our pieces cut. Here's our pieces. That's 1. That's 2. Oh God. Okay. Oh, there it is. 3. Can you believe it? There's 4. This, I'm thinking we're going to be used, because I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants on the bracing. This is 3 foot by 3 foot. It's a big unit. And I'm trying to think of the best way to brace the middle. And I'm debating on this because it'll create like a grease trap. And I really don't think anyone wants that. So we might be sticking the flat stock, or I have some rebar in there that is weldable. You have to get weldable rebar. Some of it is not. So we'll worry about that when we get to it. For now, let's get these off here and into the shop. And here's another thing most people won't put in their videos, but I will, because I'm human and I know I screw up sometimes. Wouldn't call it a screw up, more of a design oversight. I went to put these on here, and what I was going to do, I measured them all at 36 inches. I was just going to butt them up on their corners and leave the corners open, which I thought would look okay until I got in here and I was putting them on. And you know, you can do that, say it'd be like that, but then you got, I don't want to cut a piece to fill that in because I'm a stickler for, you know, not getting cut. So I'm just going to go ahead and butt them there. So I got something more to weld to. You know, you can weld across the top, fill the gap, stitches. But in doing that, I probably should have thought about this. I now have an excess, I have a future piece of 36-inch 1x. Hey, look at that. You got to look at the bright things in life. That's a future project. So we're going to cut another one at 36.5 to make the difference up on the corners. But hey, at least I acknowledge the fact of I oversighted that. And I'm going to show you guys the fact of you can fix things like that, you know, just like Bob Ross, happy little accidents. Sometimes they're not happy and they're not so little, but you can make it work if I can make it work. All right, so here's where we're at. We got the grading done. A little design change, that's okay. It looks, I just cracked my back so loud, I hope the camera picked that up. Looks good, she's straight, she's flat. Now, I need to address the, you know, the whole 3 foot by 3 foot thing needs to be supported in the center. Now, I had thought about sticking Amazon mounts. I had thought about sticking some leftover angle underneath there, but then I got to thinking, well, that's going to be like a giant grease trap, and that's all just going to sit in there. And I mean, it'd work great 2 and 2, but it'd just be nasty. I mean, it's already outside, so you don't want the ick. So what I think, I will get better equipment, I promise, guys. What I think we're gonna do, I'm gonna go see if I got any flat stock. If not, we're gonna stick rebar, 2 sections of rebar running this way, and we might do a cross section of it, because you won't, you know, you got 3 foot by 3 foot, and if you load this baby down for a party, or you put half a hog on it, or even a whole hog on there, that's a lot of weight, and I don't want to buckle in the middle. I know it probably won't, but if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Right. Let's go find some steel. Rebar. Oh God. So back to this. An intersection, crisscross applesauce, something like that. I think it'll be sturdier than nothing. All right then. Let's get some measurements here. Garage is a mess, sorry. I'm not actually sorry. If you don't like it, you don't like it. 36 inches. Almost like I measured it before we cut it. I know about measurement wise, she might not even be true. I stick another tape to this, we could be off 4 foot, boys. You know? In that situation, probably just quit my job or something, I don't know. What? Remember that thing I said about, ow, Harbor Freight tape measures? What is in my foot? Wear your Crocs in the shop. Croc shop. Croc of crap. And even when I am paying attention, sometimes I goof. But it's metal. If you can weld it, it can be fixed. God bless it. I just had a very scary moment. Yeah. When you measure it right, it fits just right. It's got one. Now the question is, am I crisscrossing or not? I feel like that'd be overkill. It'd look neat though. Yeah, let's do it. I've used a whole stick. It's a good thing I have just way too much rebar lying around. Get this baby cut. A lot of this is probably going to get edited out, so it doesn't matter what I do. "12" and it won't even cost you $5. All right, cat. All right, we're back. GoPro died. I plugged it in last night. Apparently I turned it back on when I picked it up, so it's dead again. So the grate's done. I recorded a little bit on my phone. Who knows if I had enough memory on it. I apologize for that. Put the chains on it so it can lift the corners. I have it about 12 inches off the center. The chains are a little close, but you can still definitely work around them, because we only had like 6 foot, I think, yeah, 6.5 feet to work with from his fire pit. So I had to make a cut somewhere, and that's where I made the cut. All right, so next I'm gonna cut the arm. You guys are gonna start to see this coming along, what it actually is. So we'll go ahead and get cutting on it.